All right, so we've talked a bit tonight about the problems with President Trump from the perspective of your party. Now you get to, well, if you were to win the majority in the midterms, what would you do about it? The issue of impeachment keeps coming out of the mouths of Democrats. And a recent poll shows that more than 70% of Democratic voters want impeachment pursued. You say, slow down. You do not like this as a big point to campaign on because?
Well, first of all, let me just say, our founders gave us our guidance. They said, e pluribus unum, from many one. They couldn't possibly have imagined how many we would be or how different we would be. But they knew that we had to be one. And I take it as a responsibility in choosing, just prioritizing as to what is unifying for our country. And I have hesitated to use impeachment. People wanted me to impeach President Bush for going into Iraq. And they impeached President Clinton. There is an investigation. If it takes its course, let it take its course. But I do not think that impeachment is a policy agenda. And what I'd rather talk about is, if people have unease about government and the rest, is an agenda we put forth on Monday, which is our agenda to save our democracy, which is about reducing the role of money in politics, which changes the revolving door of lobbyists coming in and out of government, which has something that says to people, if you think that your voice is not as heard as well as the voice of others, then we have to satisfy your concern and change the system. So let's focus on things like that I think are unifying for the American people. Impeachment is, to me, divisive. Again, if the facts are there, then this would have to be bipartisan to go forward. But if it is viewed as partisan, it will divide the country, and I just don't think that that's what we should do.
So what do you do with the fact that you have 7 in 10 Democrats disagreeing with you, and you have a lot of people who are on the ballot from your party saying otherwise? They're not listening to you. Why?
Well, I do think that in the places, in our candidates, where our candidates are running, they know that people want to know, what are you going to do that affects my life? My pay, my job, my pay, my pension, safety in the workplace, the prospects for my children to have a better life than I did, or maybe the same. That's what people are really concerned about in the campaign. I think so many of these things are important, and we have a responsibility to do them, but I think they have their place, and the place that a campaign has is to talk about the future. Again, addressing the aspirations as well as the apprehensions of the American people. One of the things that they're unhappy about is government. You see the statistics about Congress and the rest, and I think part of that is because we really need to address our electoral system, campaign laws, money in politics, overturn Citizens United, and that, so that people feel that their voice is very strong.